Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Too Faded to Play. I'm your host, LSD. It's my man, Eggs over here.
What's up?
You know, we back at it again. And what are we doing here today?
We're drinking and talking about video games, our favorite things to do.
Yeah, that's all we do. Drink, talk about video games. I actually got a good session on today. I've been gaming all morning, man.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I've been doing, just gaming.
Lucky. I've actually done a little bit because Final Fantasy 16 just came out Thursday.
Oh, you did?
So I've been playing. I haven't been playing as much as I'd like to play of it.
Okay.
But I've been playing it. So.
Oh, man. I didn't even know it came out.
Yeah, it came out Thursday.
How late did you stay up when you came out?
Not very, because I had work the next day. So for some reason, it came out on a Thursday, which normally it's Friday releases for games in general.
Okay.
I don't know why they chose Thursday.
Nah, well, you got it.
I'm enjoying it, though. What were you playing?
How's it look?
Oh, how's it look? Graphically, I think it looks pretty good.
Okay.
There's a little bit of issue with, like, pop-in, where, like, some of the textures, like, change as you're getting closer to them.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's more because I'm playing it to maximize frame rate over graphic settings. Because it's a fast-paced action game, so I want my button presses to be as, like, tight and as possible.
Okay.
And better frame rate makes your buttons faster, basically.
All right.
It looked good to me, though.
Okay. I'll check it out, man. Yeah,
I'll play it for you after the podcast. I'll let you see some of it.
Hey, that'll work. You already know what I've been playing.
Oh, yeah.
Still Zelda. just grinding right now. Like, I can go fight Ganon right now, but I'm trying to get my hearts up, so I've just been grinding.
That's pretty much where I'm at with it, too.
Yeah.
But Final Fantasy came out, so I probably won't be touching Zelda for a minute.
Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, let's go ahead and get into it today. A couple of fans asked, how did Eggs get his name?
How did Eggs get his name?
Yes. How did Eggs become to be?
What? Okay. Well, fans, whoever you are, I haven't seen our numbers. I don't know who they. So the full name is Eggs and Bacon Bits. So Eggs is just short for that.
Okay.
So what happened was around the time I got my first computer, which was 2010, like my own computer, not like the family computer or something like that. It was my computer. I was trying to come up with a username. Because at the time I went by Spylo1377, which was a morph of Spyro, my favorite game character.
I figure.
But around that time, if you had numbers in your username, you were a piece of shit.
Wow.
No one cared about you. You were unoriginal. No one gave a shit about your name. You were uncreative. You couldn't have numbers in your name.
Okay.
When I was setting up this computer, I made myself a Steam account.
Okay.
It's my first time making a Steam account, and I was just fucking dead determined. I am not going to have a username with numbers in it.
Okay.
And I literally sat up all night. The entire fucking night. And I was just punching in a name. Nope, taken. Punch in a name. Nope, taken. Change the name slightly. Nope, taken. Just all fucking night.
Wow.
6 o'clock in the morning comes around. My parents wake up and they're just start making breakfast. And they bring a plate to me. And on that plate is eggs and bacon. So I was fed up with this. I was fed up with fucking trying to find a name. So I just looked at the plate and I just typed it in, eggs and bacon.
And it came right up.
It was taken.
Whoa.
So I was like, Bits. Wasn't taken. I said, fuck it, we're rolling with it. so that's how eggs and bacon bits started.
That's actually pretty funny though. That was pretty good. All right, fair enough. For those who don't know me, I go by LSD. That's actually my biker name.
Yeah.
My homeboy gave it to me. He's like, I'm gonna start calling you LSD. And it's not what everybody thinks it stands for, but it stands for Light Skinned Dave.
Okay.
It's hilarious, man.
I'll be honest, I was a little confused the first time you sent me your username.
Yeah.
I was like, what is he into? I was like,
no, it's not. It's not that. But it stands for Light Skinned Dave.
Okay.
You know, that's what I go by. You know, biker.
No, I was like, either he's into some stuff or he's just like a big car guy and he likes limited slip differentials that much.
Retired, but, but anyways, man. So we got that out the way. If y'all got any more questions, y'all want to learn more about us, just shoot us an email or write in the comments if you got any questions or anything.
Yeah, I believe Spotify has comments now. We can see those, so if you can ask questions there, or on YouTube, you can ask questions. And we'll either answer them on YouTube there if it's something small, or might bring it to the podcast and answer it. So ask away.
Yeah, please. So, today we're gonna do something special.
I'm scared.
He's scared. So I'm gonna break that in halfway through the podcast.
Look, all I know is he asked me for a pair of scissors to have this drink, so
it's gonna be interesting. So today we're gonna be drinking on that's a cool little beer I found called Against the Grain.
The brown note.
Right. I saw it, man. I thought it was funny, man. This guy is just standing in his underwear with shit stains. Big doodle stains in his drawers. And just holding some toilet paper. Who this made by? I think they called Against the Grain.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Brewed and canned by Against the Grain.
Yeah.
Louisville, Kentucky.
It actually wasn't bad price. Went over there to the store to pick up some beers for the podcast, and man, they had one beer that was $15. I was like, that better be some damn good beer. I'm like 30. Man, I ain't spending $15 for one beer now. Come on.
Oh, the shame. This is the brown ale to end all brown ales. Enjoy it, because there's no longer any reason to drink another brown ale. You have reached the pinnacle, the disco bump, the brown note. Drink this beer or shit yourself trying. a fart noise. Oh no.
Oh, that's great. Let's go ahead and crack it open and see what they going for. Oh. Shit, wasn't expecting that.
Neither was I. You need a paper towel?
Oh my god.
I don't hate it though.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, but Jesus Christ. It just got busted on, sir. I don't hate it.
No, it's not bad. I actually like it. Mine's still going.
Oh no. Got the head in there. Yeah, it's not bad. Guinnessy type of taste?
Yeah.
Coffee-ish?
It's not as strong as a Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely that coffee taste to it.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I've never had a brown ale, so maybe that's where the brown part of the ale comes from, is coffee, maybe?
Okay.
Mine is still fucking going.
I don't know why it fizzes like that.
I already got the burps, too.
Oh, man. It's 5.8. Since we had that fiasco, let's go ahead and get into the topic of the day.
Well, we said in the last episode, we're going to try to do a new game that we've not play a new game each week.
Right.
We announced, I believe we said what game it was in the last episode. Mm-hmm. But we were playing Sphinx and the Curse of the Mummy.
Yes.
Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I said that wrong. We both played it, at least a bit of it.
Yes.
Tried to get an understanding on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That kind of hurt it. Wow. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, brown gets the grain. All right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. They got a couple other ones too.
Really? What? I might have to try those.
Yeah. Sphinx, the Curse of the Mummy.
On the PS2 specifically.
Yes, PS2.
Is the version we played, because I believe it also came out on Xbox. I don't know if it came out on GameCube or not, but I do know that it came out on Xbox, because I got a buddy of mine who's big into Xbox who always tells me how original Xbox games play better than PS2.
No, yeah.
So he's like, Yeah, you could get that on Xbox and it'll play better.
I got a guy who's an Xbox guy, and everything's Xbox this, and Xbox that.
I like the Xbox. Don't get me wrong, but
it's all right. I mean, it's just all right. But yeah, man. So, what you think about this? What would you think about the Sphinx?
I personally like the game.
Yeah.
I beat it once before.
Okay.
6-7 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
So I'd forgotten a lot about the game until replaying it here recently. To me, it has a older Zelda feel to it, and like the way you're solving puzzles. You get to go through some dungeons. You're a guy running around with a sword.
Yeah. So, some parts I thought was kind of Zelda-ish, but what I didn't like about it was I thought the tutorial was too long. Like just the beginning, just to get to the point where you got the sword, it just took a little too long for me.
Yeah. Well, I know you told me about that a little bit, and I know you were having some troubles where like an enemy didn't even spawn that you needed to have spawn and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, okay, it says go to this hole, and I'm at the hole, nothing comes out. So I had to redo the whole thing all over again.
I guess for context, in this specific instance, you have to go over to this hole where an enemy will come out of it, and you have to lead the enemy to a rope that's holding a boulder. And you have to get the enemy to attack the boulder so it cuts the rope and the boulder can roll and you can get across a chasm.
Right.
And the enemy just didn't spawn for him.
Yeah, it just didn't spawn. I thought that was just so weird. And then the guy who you're with in the beginning, what would you say? He's like a bird or?
Yeah, he's like some kind of bird.
Like a hawk or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know would that be Horus, the Egyptian?
Maybe, I don't know.
I want to say it's Horus. But anyway, he's a douche.
He's a complete asshole.
He is, man. Like he gets like way ahead of you, and then you get up there, and then he wants you to do the work. And then you do the work, and then he just say, "Why I didn't think of that?"
Yeah.
Like, bitch, you been up here 15 minutes.
Well, he's a bird, so he can fly. So what happens is you end up in an area where you got to get up this really high ledge.
Right.
And you got to figure out how to get up there, and he just flies on up there. So by the time you get up there, he's like, oh, you're so fucking slow and stupid. I was up here immediately. Yeah. I'm the one better, but I can't figure out how to get past this door.
That guy. And
then you sit there and you solve it. You open the door, and he's like, see you later, sucker, and just blasts off through it ahead of you.
Yeah, just dips on you.
Yeah,
that dude. And what was the other part? It kind of played funny when I first started playing. Like, right wasn't right, and I had to do something with the controllers just to make it.
With the camera?
No, yeah, with the camera and with the stick. I had to go on my settings and change the settings just for it to mirror.
For like walking around?
Well, I think it was more camera.
The camera? Okay. The camera makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, it was more camera.
I was like, for walking around, it might be something wrong with your controller.
Yeah, it was weird. It got fun for a minute. And then I got to a point where I just got pissed off and I was like, this is so annoying. How do you get past this? So
what was that part?
So, it's a little ways. You took the ferry to this other island. You get to the island and you're supposed to do something on the island or whatever. But when you're walking out, it's like kind of like a big open area. And in the distance, it's like mountains in the distance. And then you got like these tall poles with like a skull on top that shoots laser beams at you as soon as you get close.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got to that point. And, he get close, the laser beam come out, shield, do it a couple times, shield. And then I'm trying to get to, it's like a little hut that you go into, and it's like I can't remember what was in there. I think it might have been like a chest or something. I was walking around, and it was like these big craters in the ground, and I was trying to walk around, and boom, zap me. And there's like really no way that you could do it because there's like a head here and a head here. So they both going to zap you at the same time. You can't jump in the water because the water's electrified. I'm like, what the hell is this, man? Like I stayed on that level for like 45 minutes, and I was just trying to figure out which way to go. Like I could not figure it out to save my life. I was like, where do you go?
So what you're supposed to do is right outside that temple that's right there on that island, there's a circle platform. And did you talk to the bird guy again once you got there?
I talked to somebody, but I don't know if it was the bird guy.
Okay, so when you get off that boat, to your left is that temple, and there's a dog there. He's like, find my brother, or something. If you go to the right, you'll run into the bird guy again, the asshole.
Okay.
He'll sit there and make fun of you. And then you end up getting an item there, which you can take back to... It's in between where the temple and that... There's a cave where the bird guy is. It's in between the two spots. There's just like a disc on the ground. I saw the disc. You use that item on the disc, and it basically like summons a bird or something. I forget exactly what it is, and it flies you over all those skulls.
Okay, because I saw the disc on the ground, and it said I needed something, but I thought it was on the other side of that.
Yeah.
To bring it back, because I found the eyeball that you had to put in the skull, and I was like, okay, I'm about to go try to find the other one, but I could not get past that part without getting zapped. Like I was just like, what the hell?
So you didn't even get to play as the mummy.
The mummy was coming into play. I kind of skipped ahead a little far. There's another guy in the game. He's a prince, right?
Yeah.
So he's a prince, and he got this older brother, that wants to pretty much kill him because he's next runner-up to be king.
He's the younger brother, actually.
The taller one?
The taller guy is the younger brother.
He's the younger brother?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's why he wants to kill his brother, because his brother is the firstborn son, so he's in line to be king.
You couldn't tell me he was the other guy looked way older.
Yeah.
He looks way cooler.
Looks way older, way cooler, a lot better put together.
Yeah, And this guy just this big head, goofy ass looking motherfucker.
Walking like,
oh, don't even get me started on that, man. Oh my God. The way they walk, the way they climb, is just so goofy. I'm like, he climbed, he just
he's like snaking up the ladder.
I'm like, what is this? The Tyler got me. The Eggs got me playing. I can't believe it, man. And I was getting into it. Like the puzzles were good. I thought the puzzles was good. I'm still gonna continue to play it. I just wanna since you told me that, I'm gonna try to backtrack to see if I can find that guy. I got the cutscene where the guy was turning into the mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to that point. And then I didn't get a chance to play the mummy.
Yeah, so what you'll do next is when you meet the bird guy again, you'll have the conversation with him. He'll be an asshole. And then I'm pretty sure at that point it sends you to the mummy, and you play as the mummy. And he finds the item that you need to activate that circle.
Okay.
So, and I like the mummy parts, because that first area, the tutorial-like stuff, it doesn't really get into his like puzzle mechanics as well. Right. And I guess it's going to be... I'm going to tell you the puzzle mechanics just because I'm not going to tell you how to solve the puzzles. But kind of the gimmick with it is, since he's already dead, he can't be hurt. He can't be killed again. So his thing is like, you'll just walk into a furnace, set yourself on fire, and then you've got to make your way to like a torch or something and light that torch on fire with your body.
Oh, okay.
And there'll be like water in your way, and you've got to move these blocks and stuff so you can jump across them, or you'll fire yourself out of a cannon against a wall. You'll fall down into a trash compactor and just get smashed flat, and you make your way through like gates and stuff. And you'll do that. You'll just find these different like things, and you'll use that to activate stuff and find your way around. And I think that's pretty cool. It's an interesting little, instead of just like, Zelda, you hold a stick, you walk past a torch, it's on fire,
it's on
you
fire.
walk to another torch,
Yeah, the sword. I like a sword. It kind of reminds me of a lightsaber.
Yeah,
a little
it's
bit.
like a beam saber kind of thing.
And the shield pretty cool. It's like just like a beam of light.
Yeah,
I like that part. Before you got your zip line thing, and you had to get your scarabs up, your money. Scarabs is money. So you had to buy a monster just to get into the museum.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn, man, ain't no more vases to break, nothing. So I had to go and play that little game, that little memory game. And I think I played that game 15 times just to get my money up, man. It was so annoying.
You're going to hate it now that I tell you this. There's that well in the middle of the town.
Yeah, I jumped in there.
Yeah, you jump down there, and when you come back up, it resets all the vases.
Son of a bitch. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
So you can just do that loop like 2-3 times and have the money.
Nah, I was doing it the hard way.
No.
Oh, and then that asshole hobo that's in the game, he'd be like, hey, give me some money. I'm thinking he's going to give me something because I'm giving him some money. I give him, first I give him the low amount. Then he called me cheap.
Yeah.
I'm like, you little bitch. What the fuck? And then I came back and then I gave him some more money and he just took it. And I'm like, you douche.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, thanks. I'm going to sit here more.
Yeah, man. Like, that dude pissed me off. I wanted to kick him in his face.
I'll be completely honest. I don't remember him ever actually playing a role. I'm pretty sure he's just there to be an annoying hobo that just asks for money for no reason.
So that's
like
what
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he is.
Man, I couldn't believe it. I gave him money twice. I'm thinking like, well, maybe if I give him some money, he'd be like, hey, you so generous. Let me help you out with this item or something. He does nothing.
Yeah, like it would be in a normal game.
He's just worthless, man.
I could be wrong, and like way late in the game when I just didn't go back to that city, you can give him something and he's like, hey, here's an item. But as far as I remember, he's just a real hobo. He just takes your money.
Yeah, I didn't like that guy, man. He was something else. Now that other guy, in the beginning, he looked like a monkey. Is he a monkey?
I don't know. He's based off some kind of Egyptian god, so
okay.
I'm pretty sure they're all based off some kind of Egyptian god, or at least deity, some kind of Egyptian deity.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly. Maybe it's in the manual. They might have like the characters in the manual.
Yeah.
This was back when games had the manuals.
Oh man.
We'll get into that one day.
One day we'll talk about that.
Just all about manuals and stuff. I don't think that one's I think it's the bigger one.
Okay, so I was right. So the bird dude is Horus. I didn't see Anubis yet. So that one chick in there. So that's Nefertiti. So was she with the prince or was she with the brother?
The chick when you're playing as the prince?
Yeah.
She's with the prince.
So she's sitting over there while they over there kidnapped dude. And they got him on that little bowl thing, and he chanting that spell on. She's sitting over there crying. I'm like, bitch, you ain't gonna fucking help me. I ain't out of your dude. And she just sitting over there just crying the whole time,
Yeah, no, she doesn't do anything.
Nothing, man. Yeah, don't say what that guy is.
Okay.
But overall, it was pretty fun. I mean, it's an older game, so it's dated graphics and stuff like that.
Yeah, the graphics are, it's a PS2 game, so it's going to look like a PS2 game.
Right.
And some of the gameplay is a little stiff. And you go back and play any game from that era, it's going to feel off because they didn't exactly know what we know now in terms of game design and how you want a game to feel. And these systems didn't quite have the power to pump out, as fast of frame rates and just all these crazy graphics and inputs. And you could do it with some games, but
I thought it was some parts where you had to jump from like the ledge to like a rope or something like that. You had to line it up just right.
Yeah, there was you had to be on that pixel.
There's no room for error at all in this game. Like you had to be on point at all times or you're gonna die.
Yeah. That brings up a point of something I liked about this more than Zelda. Jump button.
Yeah.
I know the new Zelda has a jump button.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but PS2, this was when Wind Waker and Twilight Princess were coming out. No jump button.
Yeah, you couldn't jump at all.
You just walked forward, you hit a gap, and he just automatically jumped, which killed me so many times. Because I'd like walk up to a gap, and I'm like, all right, I'm trying to look down in this dungeon to see where I'm going, and Link's just like, ha!
Do it again. Do it again, please. That was funny. That was so fucking funny. Come on, one more time for the YouTube. Do it again.
It would be on YouTube. You can hit loop on that part.
Oh my god, that shit was so fucking funny.
Am I wrong though?
He's like,
that's all the little dude says.
oh man, oh that's so good. Oh man. So, well, did we say we was gonna do like a rating thing?
Yeah, I got a whiteboard.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and rate it up, man.
So I kind of got this whiteboard somewhat set up. In the top two segments, we'll put one of each of our names. And then the two columns, that's where we will write the name down of the game on the little whiteboard strips that are at the bottom. And the idea is to do it kind of like Top Gear style, where we'll just put the name of the game down and each on our own column, we'll put the game there. And we'll just have our own list of where we rank. Like, did we like this game? Did we like this game? Would we like this one more than this one? We'll just rank them how we feel about the game. So we'll each have one.
I'll go ahead and get these squared up.
Yeah. And then we'll order them to our personal taste, because I know you and I have some different tastes in games.
Yes.
So you're going to like some games that I'm not going to like much, and I'm going to like games you don't like much.
Yeah, let me see if I can bring it down. That is the board right there.
And yeah, like every game we play, each episode we'll add the name of the game to the list, and eventually it'll just be a long list of our personal preference on games
Right.
that we play. Let's go ahead and try to pick out what game we're going to play.
We're going to go with Black.
With Black?
Yeah.
Also on the PS2?
PS2.
Okay.
Black.
So if anyone owns that game or happens to find it somewhere on a website, you can play it along with us, and in the next episode we'll be talking about it.
Yeah. I thought it was a phenomenal game.
I've never played it. I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Of course, you talked about it on the podcast, so I have heard of it.
Yeah.
But I've never played it.
I think I got an extra copy that you can get. Almost for certain that I just got to dig through my games.
And even if you don't, if you just bring it over, I can rip it to my PS2.
I forgot you got that.
Yeah.
The next topic of the podcast, we're going to be talking about gaming accessories.
Yeah, accessories for consoles, for controllers, for whatever. Anything that, caught our fancy, I guess, we were interested in.
Yeah, there's a couple of unknown ones. There's some I ain't even know.
Oh, really?
That's on my list.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I've got, I think, 2 of them on my list or something that I found out while looking up stuff, and I was like, I got to talk about that.
Yeah, I think, me too. I think I'm going to go ahead and start first. We're going to go with the Power Pad.
Power Pad, yeah.
Yep. 1986.
1986.
Yes, sir. Power Pad. Bandai first released this accessory in 1986 as a family trainer pack for the Falcon.
Famicom?
Yeah, Famicom. I say Falcon?
Yeah.
For the Famicom in Japan. So later, it was released in the United States. So it came out on that first as kind of like a workout thing. Mm-hmm. When it came out for the Nintendo in 1988 for the U.S., was released with the game of World Class Track Meet, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. Like, if you had that World Class Track Meet back in the day, it was a cheat to it.
Oh, just sitting on the ground.
Sitting on the ground, you just man, dude, just like just gone. You had to hurdle. Yeah, man, that was something. You get a couple guys who get up there and try to like really run on it, and it just looks stupid as fuck. But it was so bad, man. It was fun for the time, trying to run. But once everybody got to the trick, everybody on their hands and knees just hitting the Power Pad. I actually have one in my collection.
Oh, really? You have one?
Yeah, it still works.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was beating the hell out of my kids with that guy. They didn't know. They was actually standing on the pad. I didn't tell them the trick. And then when they saw what I was doing, they got down there with me.
I wouldn't have told them. I would have just set like a best time and been like, yeah, try to beat it.
That's pretty good.
When they're having trouble with it, you'd be like, yeah, your dad's agile, isn't he?
They up to my tricks now, so they already know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I mean, only thing about that, it was like you could damage it pretty easy. They were, just kind of like a beach ball type of texture or whatever, and a lot of them, man, probably got destroyed or just cut, and it take up a lot of space.
Yeah, and I mean you're beating on them pretty hard too. You're stomping on them. It's not like you're, it's not like you're taking it easy on this little pad.
Yeah, and Nintendo always been that kind of the head of the game when it came to like making your body more movement. Like kind of like when the Wii came out. You ain't had no choice but to move. It wasn't just sitting down. It was move your body. And they started that in the 80s, man, trying to get you to move your body because they know that you just sitting there just
sitting too close to a screen because the cord's short, and then you're just staring up at it, getting a kink in your neck because you're.
So yeah, that's my first one. What is yours? Oh, and before you get yours going, I'm gonna go ahead and make this up. Yeah,
all right.
So tight. Go ahead and explain yours while I'm making up this.
Should I make it a short one?
Nah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
Explain.
Well, kind of along the line of Nintendo, I went for the Wii line. So I'm sure you remember when the Wii came out, there was that whole explosion of things you could attach to the Wii remote.
Yes.
So you got like the Wii Zapper, the gun, you got the Wii Golf Club, the Wii Bat, the Wii steering wheel, the Wii tennis racket, the Wii ping pong paddle.
Go ahead, keep going.
Okay. You got like some really weird ones too. And the one I wrote down here, because I remember this one. I don't know if you ever remember this one. It's called Wii Babysitting Mama Interactive Baby.
Huh? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, this isn't even the one I want to talk about, but I'll tell you a little bit. It's like a plush toy that looks like a baby. And you would open up the back of it, like you would put a battery in like an old doll or something. But you put the Wii remote inside of it, and the game was it was called Babysitting Mama. And you would like take the baby doll, you would hold it on your shoulder, and you'd like pat the doll, and it would measure the sensitivity of you patting the doll in the game through the Wii remote.
That's a thing?
Yeah, it was weird.
Oh no.
But the one I wanted to talk about is called Wii Inflatable Racing Kart. It is exactly what it sounds like. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
It's an inflatable, like one of those inflatable kids chairs where it's shaped like a Mario Kart cart, and there's a solid steering wheel that you slide your Wii remote in, and you sit in this little thing and you gotta like turn it, and it's weird as can be. I actually got a picture saved. Yeah, this is what it is.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, you put your Wii remote inside the steering wheel and it just pivots. Okay. I thought my straw fell in there. Alrighty.
All right. Wow. While he was telling his accessory, I was over here making us some adult Capri Suns.
Red fruit smoothie.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and make me up one.
It was a vodka, lemonade, and fruit?
Vodka, lemonade, and fruit.
Okay.
We got this two tit mice vodka. Old titty vodka.
Titty vodka.
Yeah. Somebody said, like, you guys love some nipples.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we do love some nipples and we like some titties, so what better thing to have with some titty vodka. All right.
But the final thing with this little thing, I looked it up. You can buy one of these brand new.
Really?
On Amazon right now. There's one in stock. $119.
It's kind of expensive.
Or you can buy it used on eBay for $18.
$18 sound a whole lot better.
I'm just surprised there's one in stock on Amazon because this thing came out in like 2007.
What's even crazier is You should get it and then try to get in it.
I would not fit. I was watching a video of it, like a commercial that someone made for it online, and this dude's sitting in it, and his legs are up to his head trying to fit in this thing, and he's like hunched over trying to grab the steering wheel. It did not look good.
All right, go ahead and get my Capri Sun. Stir it up.
What'd you do? Find this on TikTok?
I did.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. I was like, huh. So, not bad. Should have bought us some forks.
Yeah. I mean, I got forks.
We'll get there.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it just tastes like lemonade and fruit.
Yeah. Don't drink it too hard. It's going to fuck you up. All right. So, you
That's mine, yeah.
That's mine. So, all right. So, I'm going to go ahead. My second one is the Super Scope for the SNES. Actually had one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Super Scope 6 came with, it was basically the predecessor to the Zapper.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Just a big zapper that you put on your shoulder. And this was released in 92. It came with the game. It was like cartridge that had 6 games on it. And they were just basically you blowing up robots. It was one that was like target practice. Other one it was like you were in like like aliens was attacking you. You had to blow up the ships and blow up the aliens and everything.
Okay.
It was I got it for my birthday. My grandmother sent it to me. I was living in California at the time. She sent it to me. And man, I played the shit out of that damn thing, man. I thought it was so cool. Which was another thing that was interesting about that. It was wireless. It didn't have the cord like the Zapper would. It had like this modular that you plugged into the
Super Nintendo.
Yeah, Super Nintendo. You set it on top of your TV, and it took I think like 6 batteries or something. It was a lot. I can't remember what size, but it took 6 batteries, and you just hold it up there. You look through the little scope, and you just shoot at the TV. It was pretty cool. I think it will work for the modern day TV because it's not using the light.
Oh, okay.
It's not using the light or the glass to bounce back off because it got that little thing on top of the TV. It was real cool.
I've seen them before. I've never used one. They do look cool as hell. I love the idea of just this almost bazooka like feeling playing this game.
I liked it, man. I had a good time with it. I actually seen one not too long ago, and it was about $150. I was like, huh. I mean, it was in the box though. So
in the box.
Yeah, it was in the box.
Worth it. You know?
Yeah. You know how I like stuff in the box. I gotta have it in the box. Go ahead and get me one of these cranberries up out of here. Yes, sir.
I keep getting them sucked up in the straw.
Well, it's better. Let this boy sit overnight.
Oh yeah, and let it like really just mix.
Infuse. Oh yeah, you be tore up, man. You tore up.
Next one. This is a short one. This is one I discovered while looking stuff up. So it was the last one. I found that while looking stuff up. It is called the Nintendo 64 Controller Glove.
I saw that.
I think it looks hideous. It looks like
It looks so stupid.
It looks like a cloth glove that's stitched around a Nintendo 64 controller, and there's just like a hole for the analog stick and the buttons. But like, it looks awful. I'll put a picture up of it on like the video. And same thing with all of these. I'll put pictures up for the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But I'll try my best to explain it for a podcast. But like,
yeah, I saw a picture. I was like, this thing look goofy. What the hell is this?
Yeah, Nintendo 64 controller glove. It's supposed to make the controller not slip out of your hand. Which I have a lot of problems with the Nintendo 64 controller. A lot of problems with that controller. Slipping out of my hand has never been one of them.
Yeah, I saw it. I was like, what the hell is this goofy looking glove?
The controller's shaped like a pistol grip. I've never had an issue of it like slipping out of my hand.
Right. I
and
think
it looks awful.
that might be one of my favorite controller designs, the 64 controller. I really liked how
I hate it.
You hated it?
I love it aesthetically, like looking at it. I think it's a cool looking controller.
I thought it was bad.
To use it, it is awful. Have you used one recently?
I haven't used one in a year.
I'm gonna put one in your hand.
Oh man, hold on, man. Let me get the strawberry up out of here.
Now I want you to hold this controller and tell me you want to play games with it. Both hands. That's not how you hold it. There you go.
I can play games with this. It's not bad, man. I really like this controller.
That floppy ass analog stick.
Man, it is floppy.
The yellow button's working as your second camera.
I'm telling you, man, I had great times with this thing, man.
Oh, there's great games on the Nintendo 64. And that controller's used to play them. But that's about all I'll give that controller.
I like that controller. I thought it was pretty badass. Kind of looked like a fighter jet.
I like holding the controller. Mm-hmm. Hate using the controller.
Okay.
I have looked for many replacements for this controller, because they make like wireless ones now. Mm-hmm. I think it's called like the Brawler 64.
Okay.
Which it's shaped like an Xbox controller, but instead it's only got one analog stick here, the D-pad here. Yeah, analog stick here, a D-pad down where the Xboxes would be, and then the 6 face buttons are just on the one side. But it's shaped like a normal controller, and it's all right there, so you just hold it and you can get to everything. You don't have to take your hand off the analog stick's peg to grab the D-pad peg.
You said pegged.
Also, you got the Z button back here. I think the thing I hate the most about this controller is you can't hit all the buttons. You can't put your hands on the controller and hit all the buttons, and then games would want you to use all of the buttons.
To be fair, it was the 90s.
The PlayStation controller came out before this.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
All right, man. No 64 controller. There we go. I've been waiting to get you all day.
Now, they saved themselves with the GameCube. GameCube's a fantastic controller. Anyway, yeah. Nintendo 64 glove, controller glove is my second one.
Did you look it up to see how much it's going for?
I did not. I should have done that, but I did not think to do that. I was just appalled by what I was looking at, and then wrote it down.
I probably got 2 better.
Okay.
So we'll get to that. The next one on my list is the Game Genie. So if anybody familiar with the Game Genie, it was basically just a book full of cheats. You plug the cartridge into another cartridge and you slid it into your Nintendo, your Super Nintendo. I think Sega had one. I think the Game Boy had one.
There was Game Genie for a good few systems.
Yeah, SNES, Super Nintendo, Game Genie, Sega, Game Gear. I remember when it came out, my homeboy got the Game Genie, and it came with a book. And all the cheat codes in there. You wanted 100 men. You wanted to knock Mike Tyson out with one punch. Like, it was awesome, man. And it was great, man. And what was crazy about it is, if you wanted more codes, you had to subscribe to I think Nintendo or Game Genie or something.
Yeah, Game Genie.
Yeah, to get more codes, cheat codes. I think the predecessor to that was a Game Shark.
I think Game Shark came after.
Yeah.
Because Game Shark's what I grew up with.
Okay, so I grew up on Game Genie. You had Game Shark. See, I never had a Game Shark, but I had a Game Genie. I actually still have a Game Genie. I have 2.
Oh, really?
I got one in the box and I got one open. One in the box has a book, and I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna have to pull it out and use it. But yeah, it's
from my vague memory of Game Shark, it's been a while since I've used one. It worked similar, where you'd get codes, you would put them in. If I remember right, I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've used one, and I used it on the PS1.
Right.
You would get you would save a file of it to your memory card where you would put in those codes. You would put in the disc, start up the PS1. You would boot the disc, and then you would tell it which codes you wanted from that, and then you would have to hot swap the disc while the PlayStation was still running.
Really?
Or what was it? You would start the game. It would boot the game. You would hot swap it with the disc.
Mm-hmm.
Tell it what it would. Then it would say like which codes it wanted to run from that, because you would tell it beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
Throw the game disc back in and run.
Really? I never used a Game Shark before, because the Game Shark was like more like a memory card, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You just slid it into your memory card port, and that's how you got the codes.
Yeah, but they had a disc that had all of their codes on it.
Yeah, I never used the Game Shark, but I did use the Game Genie. And I remember when my homeboy had it, and the games that we did have at the time, man, we was using that thing for everything. Like, it was a code for Mario, because you remember you couldn't go backwards. Well, now you put the code in, you can go backwards. So we was going backwards. After you jump to the flagpole in Mario, well, you could overshoot it, and you could just run.
Keep going. You
could jump over, when you go down the tube and you go into the bottom levels, you could jump over that tube and you just keep going. It was so crazy. We had fun with that Game Genie, man. I'm gonna have to break it out, man, because I'm feeling a little nostalgic. I'm over here drinking this titty vodka.
Titty vodka, fruit smoothie,
Capri Sun ish.
If it's sealed up, it would be very Capri Sun. Like if it was one of the packages that had the
I thought it was though.
Oh, it was? Yeah.
I didn't realize it wasn't.
I mean, it's close enough.
Close enough.
I enjoy it. It's good.
Yeah, man. Hot summer day.
Yeah.
Freeze a couple, and you just sit out there and. God damn it.
Yeah. That's my one complaint with the drink is keep catching fruit.
Need a bigger straw. Definitely.
I don't know if I want to be drinking that full size pieces of fruit. I'd just be talking to you, and then all of a sudden you're just over there just.
You all right? Strawberry. I don't know what this big purple thing in here is. What is that?
Plum, maybe? I don't know. I pulled it out. I was trying to get a strawberry, and I pulled that out too. And I was like,
"This thing's huge." I think it's a cherry.
Strawberries, bananas, dark sweet cherries, dragon fruit, and cranberries. So it may be a cherry, yeah. So I don't see anything else that would look.
I see some dragon fruit in here.
Yeah, I see like one piece of dragon fruit. No, 2 pieces.
Yeah, banana.
I've never had dragon fruit.
That's good.
My first time trying dragon fruit. It's gonna be mixed in vodka.
I got clogged up, man. I had to spit it out. What's your so that's the Game Genie, y'all. Don't mind us. We over here.
We're losing. We're trying to fish. You need me to grab a fork before we continue?
We might have to.
We're losing track of the podcast. We're just fishing fruit out of
Yeah, go get us a fork, man. Oh, that's so funny. Oh man, that's so good. But yeah. So that's the Game Genie, y'all. We got our forks now. I might have to pour some more of that titty vodka in here. It's not bad, though.
It's not bad, no. I saw something on the back of it. I was looking at it earlier. Something about, like, it has breast cancer awareness and...
Oh, yeah.
Something about that.
Okay. Yeah. 2 tit mice vodka. My wife was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2010. Radiation and surgery cured her of the disease. Every year in the U.S., over 300,000 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer, and over 40,000 will succumb to the disease. Our goal at 2 Tit Mice is to help reduce those numbers. In addition to the donations from individuals and companies, $2 from each and every bottle of 2 Tit Mice vodka will be donated to 2 Tit Mice Foundation, non-profit foundation that provides financial assistance to breast cancer patients while they fight the battle of their while they fight the battle of their lives. Thank you for your help and always enjoy our product responsible. You know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shout out to Two Tit Mice Vodka. Y'all make some good vodka. I like the bottle, the birds with the titties on it.
I remember one time in our area they were doing like a big breast cancer awareness thing where they were doing like not a track, but it was like a walk for breast cancer awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And all the bars nearby were doing a thing somewhat similar to how they said they donate money every bottle bought.
Mm-hmm. It
was you buy the specific drink and they donate, I think it was $1 or $2 per drink that was purchased. And it was called like Galaxy Titties or something like that. It was just this bright pink drink. It was good. I drank it. I think after myself and some people did that walk, we went to that place and I think we all drank like 4 or 5 of them. But
strawberry's still frozen.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're up.
Am I up? All right. This next one I think you expected.
Yeah.
PlayStation 1 LCD screen.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't expect me to talk about that?
No.
I only have 2 of them.
You do have 2.
I do have 2 of them. I'm gonna grab that for this.
Okay.
For the video.
Hey man, these cranberries busting. And I hate bananas, so I'm
just eating around them.
I am.
Yeah, no, the cranberries are good. I kind of was trying to pop some of them to get the cranberry flavor into the mix. Anyway, the PS1 LSD screen.
All right, that's a cool.
LCD screen, not LSD.
That's a cool. I remember when those came out. I was going to buy one, and I was going to put it in my car, and I never bought it. But that's a cool piece you got there.
Yeah, I've somehow came across 2 of them. I won one of them in like a raffle. The other one I bought for $40 off of a website. It was untested. It looked like shit. It looked like somebody had buried it in dirt and then pulled it back out. And nobody wanted to buy it, so I paid like $40 for it. Took the risk, cleaned it up. That's actually this one specifically. This thing was covered in dirt. It looked like it was completely yellowed. You can't really tell.
Yeah,
I cleaned it up and just messed with it. It works perfectly fine. It works good.
It looks great.
And these are, to get this screen, it's like $200.
That was a come up.
This is a 5-inch LCD screen. And it works only specifically with the PS1 Slim. And what I find kind of interesting is this came out in 2002.
Yeah.
Which is 2 years after the PlayStation 2 came out. You'll never see that now. You'll never see something like that. An official accessory made for a system that's like your old system.
Yeah.
Because I think at the time Sony was like, yeah, the PS1's still going. We're going to still make it. People can still buy it. There's new games coming out for it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to replace it. We just got this newer one if people want to buy it. But nowadays it's like new system comes out, old one's dead. It's just dead. You just don't touch it. But yeah, it's a 5-inch LCD screen. It has a power in that goes through and plugs into the power cable of the PS1 itself. Yeah. So it's just like a long jack that goes through and you use the normal PlayStation 1 plug. And something that I find also funny is it has an AV in, so you can plug up other stuff to it and watch stuff through this. You can watch other stuff through this, but you still need it plugged in to the PlayStation 1 because it won't power on unless you power it on with the PlayStation 1. Okay. So it's kind of, I think that's kind of funny. You can they advertised it as plugging in camcorders and watching footage from your camcorder.
No, that was more for porn.
I don't know if I could watch porn on this.
Hey,
it's a 240p screen or 360p screen or something like that.
See, Eggs, you done got spoiled, man. Yeah. You didn't grow up in a time where porn was scarce.
I had what's called an imagination.
No. Man, I could tell you that I'll say that for another podcast. Yeah. But that is a cool piece because I almost bought one. I was in Cincinnati. I was gonna buy it to put in my car to play video games, and I had TVs in the car that I used to own, and I was gonna add that, you know. and I just never did it.
Yeah.
But that was around the time when, after they make, so many, they be kind of big in the beginning, and then next thing you know, they slim them down till they just like real small, because they figured out how to make them as big.
Well, what's kind of funny,
Yeah.
is that motherboard, if I remember right, that motherboard's pretty much the same size as the fat PS1's motherboard. Mm-hmm. They just took the power inverter out of it.
Okay.
So instead of it being inside the PlayStation 1, it's a brick on the cable.
Right.
They took that out and then they just slimmed it way down because of that.
Yeah. And it was real cool, man. I thought that's a good piece right there, man.
It's also funny to me, and kind of in that same line, where it came out 2 years after the PS2. The PlayStation 1 Slim released the same year the PlayStation 2 came out. Like 2 or 3 months beforehand.
I'm trying to think. No, I still had the PlayStation. I don't think I had the 2 yet when I had that car. Well, I don't know, that's kind of run hand in hand. But I had a homeboy, and he had a Riviera, and he had a Dreamcast in his car. And he actually had a computer in his car.
Damn.
He had a desktop in his car. You could surf the web in his car. No, he couldn't surf the web, but he had like all his music on there. And he had a Dreamcast, and I remember it was nice, man.
That's something I've always wanted since watching Pimp My Ride. Was to have a console in my car.
Oh yeah, I used to have an Acura. I actually hooked my PlayStation 2 up into my Acura.
Oh really?
Yeah, man. We was I think we was going to Panama City Beach, and we was going for a car show, but we didn't know that when it was spring break.
Oh.
Dude, we got down there. We was like, what the hell is this? We didn't even go to the car show. The car show was dead.
You spring break.
Dude, it was like you young, but MTV used to have that spring break thing. It was that. The MTV spring break, it was that.
It was the MTV.
Yeah, it was that.
Oh, okay.
The club that used to be on there, it was called at the time I think it was called Club La Vila.
Okay.
And that's where they had the spring break for MTV. And you go in there, it was like, I think I paid like $50 to get into this club, and you talking early 2000s. So we paid $50 to get in this club, and each room was a different room. So you had a hip hop room, you had a rock room, you had the foam pit.
I have seen stuff about that club.
Oh man, it was so dope. Like, good times. Good man, I had so much fun. I put my PlayStation 2 in there because we was riding down there from Cleveland to Panama City, Florida, and we sitting in the car playing. He was driving.
I think what's kind of funny is if I were to put a console in my car today, I would put a PS2 in there.
Yeah, you have to. You have to, because no internet. You have to put something old in there.
Yeah.
Play some Gran Turismo in there.
While I'm driving.
Right. Not while you drive. Anyway, so my next one is interesting because I didn't know this was a thing. And I thought it was so crazy because Game Boy Pocket Sonar.
Game Boy Pocket Sonar.
The Game Boy Pocket Sonar was a device that you just slid into the port where your games would go.
Okay.
And you would go out on the lake and it would detect fish.
Really?
Yes. That is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing, but it's a thing.
I know of a lot of like Game Boy accessories.
Yes.
The fucking light you put on there, the fucking hip clip. I don't know if you know that one.
I remember the hip clip.
The camera you can use. I've never heard of the fucking
stupid.
I've never heard of the fucking sonar for fishing.
Yes, sir. And it was detecting it in real life. And you could play video games at the same time while you sitting there waiting for the fish. It'll still play a game.
I wonder how many like old fisherman dudes were like, honey, go grab our son's Game Boy. I'm going fishing.
I've never seen one.
I've never seen one. I didn't even
I
know
might have to look it up, but it's a thing.
Oh, so you're saying we're going fishing in a week or two when it shows up?
Hey, if I get that boat, we might.
We'll do a live on video.
Live video on
Test out the fucking Nintendo.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it though. Like I was looking at it, I was like, that's pretty cool, but I've never seen one.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, like I thought that was just so bizarre. I'm like, like I said, Nintendo always, when it came to, what the fuck is that?
It's a banana. That shit looks disgusting. I like bananas. That shit looks disgusting.
I'm good on that.
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm good on that one right there. I don't want to get one of them. but I couldn't believe it though. I'm like, man, the sonar. I never seen it. They must have sold this at like Bass Pro Fishing or whatever, or I never seen one. Or it's like something you had to special order.
Maybe it was like order it through phone by calling Nintendo and
yeah, like in the back of a cereal box or something you had to get. Yeah,
or in like a Nintendo Power magazine.
That's how I got my G.I. Joe Serpentor. You had to have so many box tops to get Serpentor. Yeah, you couldn't go to the store and get him. You had to go. You had to go to the Western and get him.
Box tops.
Box tops, man.
I tried a piece of this dragon fruit.
Yeah.
It just tastes like vodka. Can't say I know what dragon fruit tastes like.
Oh my god. It's pretty good though. It's like a drinking a meal.
Yeah. We're like half paying attention to the podcast after.
So that's the Game Boy Sonar. I thought that was interesting. I thought you would like that because you got more Game Boys than I have. I think you still got one of my Game Boys. Yeah, you still got it.
Yeah, your DS. Mm-hmm. I got it fixed. You can take it back.
I can sit here.
All right, my next one. The iToy for the PS2.
I remember the iToy.
I always wanted a fucking iToy.
Really?
I still want a fucking iToy. I just can't justify it to myself to buy one because it's fucking terrible.
How much they going for?
I don't know.
Oh.
$5 is too much to justify owning an iToy.
Get an iToy, man.
I will. At some point, I will get an iToy. So, the iToy was a camera made for the PlayStation 2, which lets you play games by doing motions, by moving your hands around, by grabbing stuff on screen. And this came out 3 years before the Wii. Sony did it first.
I got a fucking banana.
Sony did it first. Yeah, it came out 3 years before the Wii. There were a total of 25 games made for it, 2 of which were exclusive to Korea.
Okay.
And they're awful. It's just like it shows you on the screen, a picture of you, and then there's like a bug that climbs up the screen, and you gotta like move your hand to grab the bug. It's awful. But it came out before the Kinect, and then it failed. So you think Microsoft would have seen that and been like, maybe we don't release a camera system. And expect it to do good.
That's funny.
Something I didn't know, though, while looking this up. It works on the PlayStation 3, the iToy, not for games, but for Skype. You can use it as a webcam on the PlayStation 3 for Skype.
Skype. I remember Skype.
Yeah. What happened to Skype?
I have no idea what happened to Skype.
Skype just died. Just disappeared.
I remember Skype.
I think Microsoft bought them at one point, and then it just disappeared.
I remember Skype, man. Like, I got some stories about Skype. I don't want to talk about
the ones you can tell on the podcast?
Nah, I can't talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
All right, that was my fourth one.
So. Yeah, I remember Skype, though. I'm going to look it up to see if it's still around.
Well, I'm sure it's still around. There's no way it's like completely shut down, because I remember during the pandemic people talking about using Skype. It was like Skype versus Zoom.
Zoom, yeah. That's basically what Zoom is, the new Skype.
Maybe it's just better. I don't know. Maybe something was...
Maybe Zoom bought them off.
Maybe when Microsoft took over, it turned terrible, like everything Microsoft owns.
That's fucking hilarious. All right, so my last one, the Wu-Tang Shaolin controller.
I want one so bad. I want one of those so
I
bad.
saw it and I was like, that is the most janky controller I've ever seen in my life.
Looks awful.
It looks terrible. It just looked awkward to hold.
Looks cheap, awkward to hold. It looks like mid 2000s pieces of plastic.
Oh
with
man,
two
it's
screws holding it
so
together.
bad. Just black and yellow. And I'm a fan of the Wu. I love Wu-Tang, but that controller right there, oh man, when I saw it, I was like,
For the listeners who don't know, it is the W in Wu-Tang Clan. Like, think of that.
Yes.
Think of that. I know everybody knows what that looks like.
Yeah, everybody knows what the Wu-Tang W looks like.
Add buttons to that W
Yep.
and hold it and play a video game. That's what the Wu-Tang controller
That
is.
thing is so ugly. And I think it came with the game. It came with that game. It was Shaolin style.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay, so yeah, it was a controller that was a bundle with the special edition game of Wu-Tang Shaolin style. The controller shaped like the characteristic Wu-Tang W. It features buttons of the original PlayStation controller, but it has vibration. It doesn't have the vibration capability, so it was just a controller.
Yeah.
No dual vibe, no dual shock, no nothing.
Yes, it was the first PS1 controller, so it didn't have analog sticks. It was just a D-pad and 4 buttons and two like bumper buttons on the top of the W. Think about that. You had to hit the bumper buttons on the top of the W.
Yeah, it is. It's a very ugly. I like to have one, and I like to put it in the display case just to show.
That's exactly why I want one.
Yeah, that's the only reason I want one. Other than that, I never want to play this thing because it says due to its unique shape, it was very difficult to use, making it just a collector's piece. That's like people who have them, they just collector piece.
And I'm pretty sure they're expensive now too.
I'm about to look it up. I have no idea what they cost.
There's 2 of them online right now on eBay. Both Canadian for some reason. One of them unopened. $1,055 Canadian dollars.
That's basically American dollars.
yeah. Well, I don't know what the exact exchange is. The second one opened 474 Canadian dollars.
What?
And that's all that's online. Just 2 of them. That's all that's on eBay.
That's insane. I would love to find one. I'm going to have to check our special site, right?
It's not going to show up there.
Hey, I found a Jaguar on there. It might.
Things show up there. I don't know if the Wu-Tang Clan controller is showing up there. Don't you say the fucking name. Because it's already overrun with people and I'm having trouble fighting to get shit off of this website now.
Man.
I had to come up. That's the website I bought the $40 PlayStation 1 on.
Yeah. I cannot reveal this site, but I found the site. I turned Eggs onto it. Eggs spent some money. And he curses me because I make him spend money.
I had to stay off. I had to stop. I didn't delete my account, but I'm bad with passwords in the first place.
Oh man.
And I forgot my password, and once I realized that, I was like, I'm not gonna reset it. I need to stay off this website. I think at one point I ended up spending I think I spent $700 in a week or something like that on
Facts.
On good shit. It was
Facts.
It was cheaper than I would buy it on eBay or at a store. It was good prices, but that was the problem. It was good prices, and I just easily spent $700 without thinking about it. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. I have to stop.
Big facts. Dude.
God, this vodka's got us.
Man, listen, I'm fainted. Yo, I'm telling you, he talking about the site. I can't reveal this site because it's already flooded.
It's already flooded, and we need less people on
less
this
people on
website.
it. But I'm telling you, man, I've done one of yours. I've spent 500 one week, 700 one week. Dude, I ain't came up off that site.
Yeah. No, I mean, some of the stuff I've bought on there, I've bought a couple of rare PS2 games off of that website. I bought a PSP 3000 with 5 or 6 games about that PS1 for $40 when it's like a $200 system.
Yeah.
Like it's a crazy website when you can find that deal, but it's starting to get flooded, and I'm not liking it. Because like that Jaguar you sent me, it was like what? It was like
$650.
Yeah.
It's like $650. I'm sitting there like, man, you gonna text me? You getting it? I was like, nah. Nah.
Yeah. You sent me that picture, and I was like, to be honest, I didn't know. I know you want a Jaguar.
I do want a Jaguar.
Like, he might just buy that.
When I saw $650, I was like, nah, that ain't it. That ain't it.
Yeah, no, I would honestly. The reason I asked you that is because the picture I saw the auction had ended. Mm-hmm. So I was like, either he's already bought it or he didn't. So I might as well just ask him if he bought it. If it was like a longer one, I would have told you, do not buy that.
I am poor. I am not. I'm not spending $650 on a Jaguar when I could have bought one for $75 like 20 years ago. But I let my dumbass friend talk me out of buying it.
We'll have to do an episode about that.
Dumbass friends?
We can't do a whole episode about each other.
Hey, I got some people I can talk about. But
no, I mean like an episode about like I should have bought this then, or I shouldn't have sold this game, or I should, like.
Oh, definitely.
I got rid of this thing and now it's worth like 50 times what I paid for it.
Definitely. I got my game, man.
You did get your game.
Rival Schools, man. I got them.
I still got to get over there to play that.
My dude. It's pristine.
Pristine
Condition.
That's the way it should be, especially on PS1. That's hard to do because those cases crack constantly.
Case perfect. Pristine book perfect. No creases in it. No scratches on the disc. Perfect.
No scratches on a PS1 disc?
Not a single one.
God damn.
Man, I ain't even played it yet.
Oh, really?
It just sitting. I just got it sitting on the shelf, just
Too
looking.
Scared to pay it.
Man, dude.
No. I got one more. We're still on this. This is gonna be a long episode.
All right.
Same vein.
Same thing. What you got?
Same vein as your Wu-Tang Clan controller. Mm-hmm. Slime controller.
I remember that.
It's a Dragon Quest slime. It's like a big blue ball, basically. It is the most unergonomic controller ever. It is... I don't know if anybody knows what the slime from Dragon Quest looks like. Think about a triangle and smooth out the edges. Now hold that in your hand upside down so the point faces downward.
The fuck?
All the buttons are on the top of it. That's
oh no, I've never seen that
like
before.
A slime, and all the buttons are on the bottom of it.
What? Ugh.
They've made them for like every system. They've re-released it over and over.
Is that for the Switch?
Yeah, that one specifically is the Switch. They've made it since the PS2, I believe.
No.
And I want one.
I'm not surprised that you want one.
I'm not going to use it. I'm not trying to break my fingers. But I want one to put it on the shelf.
Got a nice buzz going.
That was a bad choice. I think this is the most like faded I've been on this podcast so far.
Hey, at least you ain't sleeking down in your chair like I was.
Yeah, you were. Whoa.
Hey, shout out to Two Tip Mice, man. Y'all make a good vodka, man. Breast cancer awareness, man. Check it out, y'all.
Save them titties.
Hey, if it's in y'all city, man, check them out, man. It's a good vodka, man. I like it, man. I'll continue buying this. Support the things I love. Titty.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Against the Grain. Y'all make some good beer too. Shout out to Against the Grain.
It's the best brown ale I've had. And it's also the only brown ale I think I've had.
This is actually pretty funny, man. This boy got a big old shit stain.
He got them shit streaks.
Man, he dookied on this.
That was an accidental fart. That's what that was an accident with a fart is what that was.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. We over, man. Hey, it's our time. It's too faded to drink.
Too faded to play.
That's it. It's too faded to play, man. I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
Hey, peace.
Have a good one. God, this is
Fucked up, man.
yeah, yeah, a little bit.
Cause I'm sitting over here like, I'm actually drunk.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting loud. I know.